Hello, my name is Brandy, and I am a stay-at-home, work-at-home mama to two crazy kids. My youngest child is on the autism spectrum. I could sit here and give you definitions all day long of autism and community, but it's easier to hear it from personal story. So I'm going to make this short and sweet. I found a couple of quotes to start off, so I thought that was a good place to start. Autism, one word, trying to tell millions of stories, meaning not one child on the spectrum is the same as another. So when you hear autism, you will hear all stories from all different kids and all different families and all of their community. So I'm here to talk to you about autism and family. So they say it takes a village to raise a child. Ain't that the truth? It's much easier when you do have that community and that village and that tribe around you. So what is community? And I jotted down some notes so I don't just ramble. Community is a group of people in the same place or characteristics in common. So it also defined it as a feeling of fellowship, common interest, and goals. So why is community so important? The diagnosis is scary for the parents. You have, at least for me in my experience, you feel alone when you get the diagnosis. You have this idea of what your perfect child is going to be. And then guess what? Life gets flipped and that's not what reality is. And you have this child who needs extra and they look to you to provide it for. So then you feel lost as a parent. What are you supposed to do? All of these ideas that you had in your head of what you were supposed to do as a parent just went out the window because now you have a kid on the spectrum. So it's scary. You're just trying to figure it all out. So this is where community steps in. A strong community can make all the difference. And community can be many different things. That can be family, that can be friends, that can be your educators at school, that can be the providers that step in and help you through the experience. For my experience, all of these people made a huge impact and still do. They are my sanity, they are my village, they are my tribe. There is no way that I could get through the day without these people in certain, depending on the day and how we're at the day, the week, the time. Family is very important. You're going to have family and also friends who have children who are also on the spectrum or have children or may not have children at all, may have experience as educators. There's lots and lots of experience that can come into this, but then there are going to be people who are also going to be just as lost as you are, and they're going to look to you to figure out how they're supposed to help you and your kid because they love you as a parent and they love you. They love their grandbabies or their nieces or their nephews. So family, friends, friends with kids that are neurotypical, kids or no kids at all. Educators, that's your special educators and also your regular educators. And that's a big difference too when you get into the school system. Providers, birth to 3 was huge for us. That early intervention makes all the difference because they're the ones that are going to give you all of these resources to continue you on for your kids on what, how, and where they're going to be successful. For us, our birth to 3 experience led us into connection with ABA, which is Applied Behavioral Analysis, and that has been all the difference for my son. And also OTPT and speech. So there's lots and lots of service providers out there, and there's good and the bad in that too. So you really have to have that community to lead you in the right direction. So I'm going to end this really short and sweet for you. My son was diagnosed with autism at the age of 2 years and 2 months. He is now 5 and he is flourishing thanks to all of his community, friends, family, providers. So many people go into helping us be strong. And for that, I am a stronger person. And I can also then turn around and speak to you that it's going to be okay. Seek out that community. Also, your community of other moms and dads and grandparents of kids who are also on the spectrum. You have to have that community because guess what? Around those people, you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, what do they think? You don't have to be on edge and nervous all the time about what people are going to think. So when things do happen, people step up and they're in your corner. So I asked my friends, both with, one's a family member, one is a friend, with one is a family member without kids. The other two are also parents themselves. And I asked them what was one word that stood for community around my child who is on the spectrum and is not neurotypical. And the 3 words they came up with was understanding, uplifting, being to be ourselves and to step out and be part of our community and teach through our experience, and also to accept and be welcoming. So I thought that was really cool to get a couple of ideas and words from others who are not parents, and also from those who have kids that are neurotypical and not on the spectrum. So thank you all for listening. Hopefully this gave you a better idea of what community is, and also with autism. And thank you all so much for listening. Much love. And if you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me a message, and I will talk to y'all soon. Much love. Bye.